Go greetings, I am Lies and I use she, her.
And I am Scandal and I use they, them.
And let's play a game together.
Alright.
You know what? I'm just waiting for one game where people use their pronouns when they introduce themselves. You want a progressive, lit, game, one that's woke? Give me pronoun introductions. I will not even be mad.
Or again, just
Or have an
make
in-world
it
convention.
more
but still.
obvious. And
Either that, or just every single character design has a little pronoun pin on it.
right.
That would be super
Dude, like
cute.
I said, make it obvious that way.
Yeah.
You know, I think this is the first time I've been in here. It's kind of bland.
Hi. Your storage closet is being judged by pigeons.
Yes. Not a very friendly room, but not distasteful either.
It's a very neutral room by my read.
This place is flooded with divorce boys. Any good bad would normally avoid it. Can you think of anything, sir? I'm trying to ignore this pigeon over here who's just a little crazy. Like a hidden door, or I don't come here very much, so... I'm still deeply suspicious of you. Oh, I feel a whole draft in my ear.
I was gonna say, that is a strong noise draft. I was like,
Ha!
do you feel a draft? And by that, suddenly the wind picks up.
Right?
A gale blasts from a hidden compartment.
Do you feel a light breeze?
Okay. So this
draft
suddenly makes me think of those joke mystery movies, like Clue or something,
Uh-huh.
or like a Mr. Bean experience or whatever.
Right.
And just being like, okay, so you have everyone in there going, where is it? We don't know. And suddenly, around the edges of the hidden door, just wind blasting papers off the bookshelf, and everyone going, do you feel something? Paper popping against their face, shuffling off, gently pushing your dress down. I don't know. I think I might.
I think something's going on. I don't know. Do you feel a draft? A draft? I don't know. Is that what
Feathers ruffling.
the birds are getting blown over? There are no windows in here. It must be coming from the basement.
Because ceilings don't have drafts.
Be silent, my crimson breast! We must hold it back, or the eulogy of doom will get the verbus guides me to their peace! Wait, calm down, Angel. You can't!
Here we go.
Oh boy.
Death.
Down he goes, through a window that doesn't exist. Oh, there it is. So it was behind the mirror all along?
Okay.
There's a mirror!
I was like, okay, so I need your help. One, how does wind blow through the mirror?
Uh-huh.
But I assume the mirror's a door.
Yes.
But two, here is your supply closet with binders.
Like I said,
and
why is there a
notebooks.
mirror?
And you're like, it's really bland in here. Giant ass Victorian style mirror with, gilt frame.
Deeply not a secret door written on top of it kind of thing. Like, it's so ridiculous.
It doesn't say, it says the mirror of not a secret door.
Yeah. This is not a reversible mirror.
Not a two-sided. It
Yeah,
just
not
says on the
two-sided.
top, it's written reverse. It says not a secret door.
Yes!
So it's rude on the bottom.
Uh-huh. Oh, it's behind the mirror all along.
No one finds the mirror suspicious or notable.
He's a lot more clever than he acts, isn't he? Even if he does spout nonsense whenever he opens his beak, like my lord. Let us proceed! Der Strauß Malord erfundet! The master of the abyss waits us below!
Okay, but why is it waiting for you? Shouldn't it be doing other things?
I don't know. It's a good question. I don't want to die, but I think there will be more death.
All these people always, in all these stories and stuff like that, the bad guy waits for us. Why? Don't they have shit to do?
Bad guy. I gotta do my nails. I gotta clean my teeth.
Them hanging out in the castle, just casually
I gotta
being
pick
like,
my nose.
I hate waiting. I can't do anything. I can't catch up on my chores. I can't build my personal development. I can't even build my empire. I just have to sit on this throne looking dramatic when I wait for the good guy to show up.
Bosses have fucking executive dysfunction. I know the hero's coming. So that's where you go, I have to work in the afternoon?
Right.
And they're like, I've got 8 hours until then, and they go, I have no time.
And they go, I know the hero's on their way, so I can't do anything. They might not get here for days, but they might get here immediately.
They might.
So you don't know when they'll be here. And you know they've just entered the past. They can't possibly be here before 2 days from now. But they are on their way, and I need to be ready to meet them. I have lots of time. This executive dysfunction conversation in your head.
All the bosses have executive dysfunction.
And you need 9 billion minions to just be like, I will help you survive while you're waiting for shit.
It's all right, sir, ma'am. I've got you. A long, dark staircase winds downwards behind the mirror. How far does it go? The basement itself should be pretty big. I hope. Because if it's pretty small, that would be a letdown. This is sort of like the entrance into a subway tunnel. A let's go.
Okay. But
Yamate. Wait, that means stop.
Okay. But like.
Date bayo.
Okay, that's a lot of breeze. This is a wind tunnel.
Uh-huh.
Maybe it should be big. Plops down. Whoosh, gets, like pushing against the wind, trying to walk forward.
It's real windy in here. Actually, Kazuaki, is it? I think it's rather pleasant, honestly.
It feels a bit like a nice breeze.
Very impressive. Wow. Actually, we've seen this before, too. We saw this with, obviously the explanation from Nagiki. So,
yes.
This is a lot fancier than I expected.
Well, we have
is
to
there
know.
more than meets the eye to be found? It's X-Men. More than meets the eye. Because I'm doing
true.
It's fine.
True. I was gonna say, the thing is though, it's like, you see, Ryouta didn't get the same flashback we did.
It's true.
It's okay.
Except actually, well, I
it was
did not
described.
get yeah, it was described.
But he didn't get to see it.
That actually sometimes can make a really big difference. So one of the previous jobs my friend and I actually worked at, they were like, we're moving to a new building, and they're like, it's really big, and everybody was like, yeah, okay, like it's football stadium size. We're like, okay, yeah, that sounds great. And then we actually got there, and there was this like, oh, this is big.
You could have put 8 of our old building inside of it.
Yeah, like huge.
And actually, with the height of it, you probably could have put 16 if you stacked them.
Yeah, which is a wild concept actually to think. Like this place was huge.
It was.
We were deeply like, oh yeah, we totally know what you're talking about. That we're like,
and like every person who went there was like, no, it's bigger than that.
Yeah,
like it was amazing.
Yeah.
And then you got used to it after you'd worked there for 6 months. But it was very large. Like that was a big building. That's probably the largest building I've ever been in. That wasn't other than like compartmentalized buildings. You don't realize how big
also
they are.
Especially
like airports.
open buildings.
That's what I mean. That's like probably an airport was bigger, or maybe like a giant ass mall.
Oh,
but this
absolutely.
one was a warehouse, so you could see from one end to the other in this cavernous space. And had there been nothing in there, like the people who went to it before there was any equipment or machinery in it were having this sort of like experience, like that sort of like liminal space, gas station in the middle of a desert, 2 a.m. kind of experience of this doesn't make sense quite in my reality. It feels off. A very uncanny valley building shouldn't be this big kind of experience.
Yeah. It was also really interesting, I think, because once I stopped working there, I still vaguely have it, and I'm kind of glad it's gone away because it is really disorienting to be like, I'm walking around outside, and you're still like, and I'm still in a building. Like, you cannot put the feeling down. You're like, I am in a bubble no matter where I am. Like, there is a building. You're like, no, that is literally the horizon, and those are like, that's a whole neighborhood, that's a Walmart. No, it's all encased in a building.
Because it was just so big.
Help me. I never knew this place, this huge place was underneath the school. This facility has been used for research to kill humans since the school was founded.
Now, I'm not saying that the birds should be brilliant socially and culturally and with their experiments, because they are new to all of this, having just become a civilized and communicating and human intelligent species.
Honestly, I'm really impressed that their level of sentience is this high.
It is. It's pretty good. I was going to say, but like, the idea of going, we're not going to collect this and use it anywhere, we're just going to kill people with you physically in the room, is a little... It's awfully intense to the subject, but two, it's very limited.
Right. I also find this to be funny in terms of like social tropes. So I mean, like, so say like in the United States, things that involve like radiation or freak accidents that turn somebody into like an amazing superhero or whatever else.
Right.
that tends to be something different in, say, like, Japan, where most of the time it makes a horrible monster because, obviously, they're used to, like, radiation and horrible experiments and whatever else. So if you actually experience that as a culture, like, that's what Godzilla was. Godzilla was an atomic bomb metaphor. And they
going, war is bad, actually.
Yeah, going, actually, this was horrible, and it caused a serious amount of basically what was considered to be cultural trauma. So, of course, they have really very little, and they've only started, I think, to get into what Americans in particular have been doing for years, and other parts of the world have been doing for a really long time, of going, no, but magic powers, like a spider bites me because it's infected with something that makes me amazing.
I was gonna say, and instead of it being a bad, dangerous thing, I don't know if you've ever seen Japanese horror,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, it's then a, hey, this could be a cool, good thing, which is an American concept of, it sort of ties into the capitalist lottery.
Yeah.
Where random weird thing happens to you and suddenly you are the chosen one.
Yes!
So no matter what you're doing, you should really out there be doing shit because it could be good.
That's what I'm saying, they're like, this is interesting to have this in here of going, no, and it made all the pigeons really smart. And I'm like, that is actually distinctly, I want to say, like, a more, like, United States, American, like, even just, like, maybe potentially Western
Except
air quotes.
It's not. Because
thing.
the pigeons are a monster to the person.
That's true.
It's just a sympathetic thing going, what if you were in the head of the Godzillas?
But the thing is the Godzilla was truly, the original one was a monster. Period.
Well, and that's what I mean. Instead of it being a monster, though, we just see it as a monster, and we can't understand it. But that's the meaning, not that it isn't.
Yeah.
But going, that would be a take of turning it around for this massive sort of xenophobia of, you are an inhuman monster with no direction or anything, and it's going, I'm a full-ass person.
Right. But none of us ever know. We lived our carefree lives with all this going on beneath our feet.
Has been empty for years, completely unused. It's going on!
I mean, sort of. Birder had to show up here most recently, so, like...
But wasn't under here and nothing was happening.
No, that wasn't going on at the time. He's been dead for over 5 years, was the thing. So...
I was making a joke.
Okay.
All this going on! Empty, dusty basement.
Amazing!
That's
right. I don't see any birdie. I wonder if it's closed now? Okay. Yeah, it's clean and orderly, but I don't get the feeling that it's still in use.
Didn't we already establish that it's not in use?
Oh, honey, please.
Like, wasn't that in the exposition of...
It's okay.
It's been shut down.
We need to remind you, clearly you haven't been playing for a few days.
All right, everyone, we know you had your break over the weekend where we weren't posting. Here's the recap.
Just so you know, here's a flashback episode. There was a fire somewhere down here 5 years ago. Also, I don't know if, like, I think Ryouta is making the assumption that nobody else really knows what he's talking about. Okay. So he's expositing to everyone else now. So this is character exposition. That makes sense.
Instead of going, here, let me tell you about it, it's just going, well, I think these things. That's sort of softer, less direct.
Yeah, down here 5 years ago. And since then, the whole facility's been shut up. I suppose they froze whatever project they were working on. Hey, Aunt Jill, which way do you think we should go to find the doctor? I say this very cautiously because I'm afraid of you exploding.
I'm afraid
of me. My claims are blessed. Memes. See me that approaches. The what?
Excuse me, what? And we couldn't hear it or see it coming down a long tunnel.
Oh dear.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
Could
you have said so earlier? Oh my god.
Okay, but also, I'm just like, bro, none of you could hear it moving or see it moving. I don't think it looks like what this tunnel looks like at all. For you to not be able to detect it.
The thing that's killing me is that they went on from, remember how I even praised it for going, oh, it makes a noise. And now it's going, for unknown reasons, not because the creature started holding itself differently, and the characters haven't even observed that. I'm going, so is it now raising its arm in the air like a piñata and whacking against the ceiling? Because I don't even know how big the ceiling is.
Flings its arm up over its shoulder like a scarf.
I'm gonna hug myself. I will hug me, if no one else will love me.
I will love me.
Oh dear, if we don't get past him, we can't go on. We cannot reach Wallenstein without first defeating his dark servant. This trial cannot be avoided. But all we've ever managed to do is run away from this thing. How can we?
Yeah.
Are we getting whacked? What's going on? I don't know what that means.
I don't know if it's hitting things or it's hitting us, because the whole screen shakes. Also, are there windows down here? I think breaking glass is their only sound effect. But
It probably
still,
is.
I'm just like, are there windows down here?
Honestly, considering, like, it's the same joke with Angeal all over again, I'm like, it's deeply funny to me. Angeal.
Okay, so I've always wanted it to be a thing, like forever and ever, and I've never seen anyone do it. Not that I've seen all the media in the world, I've never seen anyone do it. Where you build your elaborate, giant basement science warehouse, and you install windows, and all you can see is dirt. It's just dirt against the glass, like a terrarium.
Yes.
But it's got windows.
We can't get anywhere just by running away. Do we have any sort of weapon? A weapon? I do have the stun gun Mr. Leon lent me. Will it even work on a scarecrow? Maybe not at normal output, but it looks like a living creature, so I doubt it would be completely unaffected. Wait, what? Whatever gave you the idea, Kazuaki, that it was a living creature?
Rather than a robot.
Rather than a robot. I need to know. Kazuaki?
I'm like,
what?
I was kind of staring at it softly and going, well, there's kind of that red stain on its mask.
I did mention
Are there
that.
organic pieces to this thing?
Yeah, no, I really did mention that when I saw it. I was like, and there's blood
remember.
on it, but I was also like...
But we don't know.
I have no idea.
It could be bird blood, because it's been going around wreaking havoc.
The Midnight Hunter is a hound bred from the Black Void. We must purify it with holy water.
If you call holy water a stun gun.
Oh, yes, that's a good idea.
Short circuit it.
You dump water on it, and you stick the stun gun in the water, you fuck it up.
Everyone pulls out their water bottles from under their wings.
Right? What? What did he even say? There's a fire hose on the wall. There.
Oh.
If we time it right.
Oh dear.
Mr. Nanaki wobbles towards the wall. Wobbles?
I'm not sure. Have you all been getting hit and he's hurt? It hasn't been mentioned what the robot arm's actually doing.
I know. I'm kind of like
Are you getting hit or chased back or dodging? What's happening?
What was happening? Who getting whacked? Wobbles toward the wall and pulls out the hose. Of course.
Also, like, just the power of the fire hose might actually do a thing.
To the birds? Yes.
Hi, all of them. We got it! Blast them against the back wall. Don't got it!
Oh god! Team Rocket's blasting off again! Ready? He points the hose at the scarecrow and opens the valve.
Hi, foosh.
Angeal's turn! Get back! Or it might be Angeal and Sir, basically. I set the stun gun to maximum and hurl it at the scarecrow. Whoa.
Okay, that's quite a combo, actually. Not even like, let's wet the floor. It's like active stream of water blasting at it, and then you just throw the stun gun into that.
Right.
I imagine that would, if the stun gun's real strong, it probably would just explode. Okay. I'm also like, I would have never called that a scarecrow ever. That thing is not a scarecrow to me.
It collapses with an unpleasant noise. I mean, if you're gonna think about birds, what is one of the scariest things to birds?
Well, I know.
Which is, I mean, it would make sense while them socially would go, I identify that as a scarecrow.
All things are, like, all scary things are scarecrows.
All the scariest of things. So they would be, like things that you've always found to be frightening, or, you just
call them scarecrows because that's the thing. Okay, I can see that.
So, you don't have ghosts, you have scarecrows.
Right.
Right? Okay. Collapses with an unpleasant noise, except for the fact that some people really do genuinely find scarecrows to be scary on their own. Like, human beings find scarecrows to be frightening.
Well, in the same way that people can find, dolls and robots and anything that's slightly human to be scary.
Absolutely.
Not fully human, slightly human.
Its electrified metal arm twitches for a moment, but then it is still. Oh, we did it! How the hell are we supposed to get by? Electricity is a powerful thing indeed.
Hopefully it shorted itself out, otherwise the whole floor's live.
Thunder's voice of doom! Judgment has come!
I'm like, there's just a fire hose on the wall, though? It has a little comma face.
Goodbye, Mr. Scarecrow.
It's what is it? It's that vampire dying, the assistant, the one that was the support one in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Just
in the movie, God, that was so funny.
In the movie,
the movie is deeply hilarious for that.
It is a good parody, to be honest. It really is.
That was quite excellent. I've actually really never watched the series. I could never get myself to watch it. Onwards.
All right, here we go.
Onwards, hose. Come on, sluts, let's
wait.
go!
Wait a second.
Oh, we've changed to another character. Sakuya, because Sakuya's not with us.
Disgraceful. What am I doing here? A label is not allowed. Hesitation.
I am so
well
good.
done. Good job, friend.
Thank you.
No, I have not even the right to claim that restriction. That restriction?
Because the label is a restriction. It's a thing that keeps you conforming to a specific standard.
Anymore. Ah, I can't do this because I'm a label. Wait, I don't even have that anymore. Yuuya. Foolish. No, not ish at all. I am a fool.
Like, I love that actually acknowledgement of the grammar there of going foolish means that, like...
You're like a fool.
No. Foolish. So you are approximately like one, but it doesn't mean that you just are. Well, I guess it is the thing you said. Sorry, I was just like, you are like a fool. Sorry.
It's okay. I was like, it took you a second to process.
I'm sorry.
You're good.
I'm sorry.
No, not like a fool, but like a fool. Agreed.
Mother trucker.
But no, that is actually not only is it kind of charming of going, no, not ish at all, but it is a solid acknowledgement of your language.
Mm-hmm.
I have been pampered my entire life, while in my shadow he crawled along under the weight of a crime of which only he knew. I've been nothing but vain and selfish.
I mean,
and whiny.
Honest, the bird murder makes a lot of sense. A lot of birds actually kill a lot of their young, whether on accident or on purpose. It happened.
Food reasons, sickness reasons. So actually, a lot of animals can tell if a baby is sick, and they will kill it because otherwise, trying to care for it could kill everybody, and or that sort of thing. So there's a lot of if a baby is damaged in a way that would require them to have a lot of extra care, because the parent knows that extra care is not sustainable in any way, they just kill them.
Yeah.
But that's also the sort of thing of, like, you know, making diplomatic choices. We're going, some animals just sacrifice their babies. It's like, yes, because either both of them will get caught and die, or one of them will make it out. And nature-wise, it makes more sense to save one life than neither, even if that sounds terrible to you.
I'm actually also really entertained that due to that, they're not actually bringing up, like, a cuckoo theme. You know, so I don't know if you guys in the listening audience in the future, in the now, are actually aware, but cuckoo birds specifically do basically, like, aggressive murder of other birds' babies, and
what
they'll put
do
their babies into
they do egg
other
swaps.
birds. Yeah, they do egg swaps.
They push out the eggs of the bird that's there, and then they lay their own egg. Yeah. And then they never have to parent ever, and they still sustain their species.
Yep, absolutely. It works really well. There's actually even been a case where they managed to catch it on film. Now, they didn't get it from the beginning to the end, but they were deeply shocked. You can actually find it on YouTube, I believe, but there is a case of a red hawk being raised by bald eagles. And the suspicion is that what might have happened was that since the bald eagle parents basically tried to snipe another nest for food for their own young, what happened is they pick up this baby, red-tailed hawk, and they bring it to their own babies, but this baby is screaming so much in the specific feed me pattern that a lot of birds are used to, that it basically overwhelmed their, feed,
this is food senses, and suddenly it was their baby.
It was their baby senses, and it's actually really cool to go look at, like, some of the video on it and listen to the person who actually, discovered it kind of thing, and he's like, this is a wild occurrence. They're like, we've never seen this before at all.
Also, though, sometimes cuckoos just lay their egg alongside the other eggs, and then the baby just gets so big it kicks everyone else out.
Yeah, that happens too.
But yeah, alright. I have been nothing but vain, and selfish, and like I said, and whiny.
But usually, like, I'm surprised, really, again, that they just don't bring up the cuckoo thing, because that's actually, like, been a literary convention where people are like, the cuckoo.
Yeah, and it is. And it's actually a very popular fantasy theme of going, the thing that was supposed to be here has been swapped out for something else. And you have
the changeling.
I was going to say, the changeling child is basically your cuckoo child. What should I do? Yuuya!
I've done that.
Cool! If you talk to yourself in the first half of the episode, I'm going to talk to myself in the second half of the episode.
I'm so excited. Please.
It's going to be great. It is Sakuya! Sakuya is here! Leave. Do it. Be gone. No one wanted you to come here. Cuckoo! Everyone is leaving. It is a grand, daring escape. Cuckoo! Sakuya will find Ryouta and Okusan. Away we go. Shut up. Don't talk to me. Leave me with my angst and self-deprecation. I've never done it in my life. Except to say that I wasn't as good as being good. Cool. Sakuya weeps.
What?
No.
You have feelings?
No, I do not. In the building with a dome over it. It's raining. Which is the point.
Yes.
Coo! Is Sakuya in pain? That is bad. We must do something about it. I will vomit band-aids onto you. Coo! Haku-san uses healing touch. Whack! Confound you! Must I repeat? Bap! Coo! Haku-san knows. Haku-san heard that Yuuya has gone somewhere far away. We will never see him again. So, they told you. Ooh, not to worry. If we cannot meet him, we need only chase after him. Time to die. Sorry.
Oh, God.
Either that or ghost hunters.
Son, we're gonna die.
Do you have
Any?
any idea what you're saying?
Go commit suicide! What?
We will into the underworld. Oh, death is not a good place to chase someone to. Thank you for just spelling it out like that.
Uh-huh.
No doubt the older breeds have no concept of death. I love how everyone's just like, Oko-san, are you okay? Why are you even here? How are you even here? How do you function?
I would like to know
sir?
why Oko-san was invited to this nice, aggressive, prestigious school. That's like, again, what you learn in his route is really bizarre and feels more like a joke route than anything else. It could be canonically true, which is a hysterical implication.
We don't have, doesn't matter about the humans anymore. There's God now.
There is the god of pudding, which is...
Which looks like
Still
a
like-
jello.
Which looks like a jello, a rainbow jello, specifically that.
Sorry, a gay jello.
A gay jello.
A gay jello has
Look,
appeared.
the gays have appeared. All right.
Right. Chase Yuuya into the grave? What kind of fool would... Go! Haku-san knows the earth is a ball. If we run far enough, we will find him. What foolishness. Speaking with mongrels makes my head hurt. Except I'm a mongrel too. That's why I've always had headaches. Because I've been speaking my whole life.
Him called out by myself. No!
No! Mongrels do
Yuuya
make me have
somewhere.
headaches.
Motherfucker, what is your problem?
Oh my god.
Please.
Good brother. Wow.
Good dingus.
Wow.
Good dingus.
Could I just... No. Poor mongrels who do not notice even their own error. That is... Cuckoo! Oko-san is not a mongrel. Oko-san is the unmurdered baby. I'm sure.
Alright, that would be deeply funny.
I couldn't actually kill the egg. I just lied about it. To myself, even. Actually, what I did was I just, threw it off a bridge.
Aha!
And I went,
Somebody...
"There, it's dead."
Look! It has become Moses! Oko-san. Oko-san is Moses!
Yes! My egg floated down the river! Sakuya and Yuuya and Oko-san all have their wonderful names. Names more important than any breed. Is that your
shonen argument?
argument? The very shonen music.
Uh-huh.
Success and glory and friendship is
Go!
That isn't even what? Excuse me. I don't. You are yourself. Never let anyone tie you down. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Never be drawn. Never be tied. Never be shibaried. Don't do it.
Don't.
I tell you, it's a different kind of time than you want.
It will be very artistic.
But it's not for you.
Yeah.
I've decided it. I am myself. The ghost of my brother is speaking to me.
Oh shit.
Cool. Cool. It's time to go. Oko-san and friends are late. Cool. Kick reason to the curb. Time to blast out of this prison and find Yuuya. We're blasting off again.
Yeah, Ryouta. Hi!
Hi.
We're doing that already.
Oh, Guru is always brimming with useless energy, as he was. Am I the same? Perhaps. Useless energy, but more aloof. Useless energy. We will never see him again, no matter how far we run. But if he were here now, what would he do? What would he want me to do? At any rate, moping around here won't get us anywhere. I know this trope, the idea of going, I know that they're not there, and that it's impossible to find them or reach them. but I nonetheless am going to say I will chase after them forever. Because it's what will motivate me to do what I have to do.
Oh, God. Yeah, no. And, okay, so I don't mean to be, like, cold, but there is really that sort of emotional thing that I've never understood typically in fiction, where people will go off and go, yeah, you know, and this character will come in and go, I'm your brother, and you go, I've never even thought about having a brother, but okay, let's have an emotional connection now, because reasons? Like, I've actually always been baffled by that in stories where people are like, and then we just instantly get along because instantly we have a connection because blood is thicker than water. Except the fact is that is completely a misuse of the original, you know, saying.
It actually inverts the saying when you read the whole thing. But I was going to say, I think when I've seen it, the only times it's made sense to me is sort of under extremely harrowing circumstances like this, where it, in my mind, isn't actually so much, you are my brother and that's all that matters for a person who was an only child and has no connection to the idea of brother at all. It's more like, this is a thing I can latch onto in an extreme circumstance where what I need is connection and support.
And I need to keep going.
And so what I've got now is a connection in an intense emotional circumstance, and then everything is heightened and blown out of proportion.
Yeah.
Let me quote a movie that I think has no other function than this quote. Relationships formed under extreme circumstances, they rarely work out.
And they've actually talked about that, because that is actually a thing in psychology. They talk about it of, unless then you continue to maintain basically the trauma that brought you together, most relationships formed under poor circumstances will fall apart. Because people
that's
continue...
what you had in common.
Yeah, because that is what you had in common, which I have unfortunately personally experienced that, and it really sucks, because unless you guys continue to communicate and continue to evolve and change your relationship, and recognize that's what you're doing together. There's also a lot of people, even if they didn't have a relationship that was formed under trauma, they'll lose that relationship because they stop talking to each other, they stop communicating, they stop sharing their experiences.
Though specifically under capitalism and in deep poverty, there's an experience of you're always in trauma.
Yeah.
Being in poverty, with the psychological research that they've done, is a trauma. It's an
hell yeah.
ongoing trauma, much like abuse, but there's no one perpetrating it. It's just a circumstance you're in. And so people who bond in the, turmoil and trauma of poverty, if they become more stable together, they then may have nothing in common, because what they were doing was trying to survive poverty together, sort of like surviving a harrowing event together. So you're able to start pulling each other out of it sometimes if things go well. Pooling your resources can help,
Right.
But then you may seem to have less and less in common, or your relationship then becomes more and more challenging because what your relationship was trying to survive poverty.
And you didn't actually have the other connections, which is fine.
I was gonna say, it's not bad. It's just a thing to be aware of and going, why did things start falling apart as soon as they started getting better?
Yeah.
Because the thing that we had in common stopped being at the forefront of everything.
Yeah. All right, well, we are actually out of time, so thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. If you like what we do, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and also share our videos if you are having a good time with us. Please also feel free to go check out our Ko-Fi and our Patreon. We have some links in the description down below, and it's super awesome to have you guys here with us. We appreciate all of your support and your time. It has been fantastic. Also, please feel free to check us out actually on Twitch. We do actually try to live stream at least 2 to 3 times a week, if not more.
Sometimes more. Pop-up streams are a thing, but there's actually an approximate schedule of when and where to find us. Or if you follow our Twitch, you can get alerts when we show up randomly out of the blue.
Yes.
If it's on a phone, you'll get a little push notification that's going, hey, Lies and Scandal are live. If it's on a computer, you can get an email notification. For me, the push notification on my phone works best. Otherwise, and I've heard people complain that the email one's late, but it would be great to see you if you want to see us.
All right, so thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. I have been Scandal.
And I have been Lies.
And it was great playing with you. Bye!